Hey, Cave Maniacs. Welcome back to this episode of Gabe's Cave. I'm Uncle Nasty.
And I'm Marty.
And we have a very interesting topic for you guys today. But before we get into that, let's take a minute and thank our sponsor, RPGhiring.com. Hey, Cave Maniacs. Look, we got some stuff coming up. So before we talk about this topic, we want to tell y'all the Oklahoma City Pop Culture Con on June 24th through the 25th of this year. We've got the Oklahoma City Horror Con. That's August 5th and the 6th. And we have Cowtown Comic Con that is September 30th through the October 1st. If you guys are close to those areas, we would love to see y'all and let y'all see what Gabe's Cave is all about.
We have several movie events.
They're early previews.
Early previews, yeah. Movie reviews.
Yeah.
Movie reviews.
For the
we
public.
have several movie reviews planned out for the year. I think we have 8 or 9 movie reviews at the local theater here. We always want to thank Star Cinema for helping us and letting us do that a day early. We have several events coming up.
I mean, several celebrities coming.
Several celebrities coming in. I know February the 20.
It's 18th.
February 18th. We have Sam J. Jones here.
Flash Gordon people.
Flash Gordon, one of my heroes as a young kid. Definitely love Flash Gordon. Actually, I like Sam. Sam's a great guy. Served our country. He's just an awesome guy. We also have
Stephanie Nadolny.
We also have Peter Smith after.
Yeah.
We have Peter Smith coming in. Peter Smith is with Disney, and he's going to be doing, he also was the one that did our Gargoyles #1. He's been part of Disney for years and years. He's a phenomenal guy. If you're in the area, you don't want to miss out on this artist going to be here. He's going to be doing in-store signing. We're probably going to have a live event that weekend.
I imagine so.
Because he's going to be here all day long, and we're planning on doing a live event where we're going to be doing some commissions,
right?
On-site commissions where he can. So if you want to order a commission, things like that,
or if you just want to get a Gargoyles book signed and graded,
that's right. We can definitely get that shipped and everything else. We can do. We can facilitate CBCS
signatures.
Yep. And sketch art.
Yep. And we don't want to forget this, Cave Maniacs. As you see, I am wearing a fresh new shirt.
Yeah.
And Marty is also wearing a fresh new shirt. And we also have the Uncle Nasty Style 5950 snapback hats available, GabesCave.com. You can order all of these things. This is not the only shirt designs we have. We have many cool shirt designs, so be sure to check out the website.
We're getting more.
That's right.
We're planning on having just a kind of about 10 or 15 different style shirts, pop culture shirts of Gabe's Cave shirts. We're really excited about them and kind of moving our line of clothes to just Gabe's Cave.
That's right. And look, now that we've advertised you to death, let's get into the fun stuff. Let's do some giveaways. Yeah. Congratulations to you winners, all 10 of you guys that won a card, and you lucky dog down there at the bottom of the list, you won the loot box. Don't forget, y'all take pictures and videos of the stuff that we send y'all, post it on our social media. Other people love to see what you won, and we love to see y'all's faces as well. Marty, you brought out some really good graded goodie, did you not?
Well, when we talk about graded goodies, we're talking about practically our collection.
Right.
Stuff in our collection. We're talking about Evel Knievel.
Icon. Born Robert Craig Knievel. October 17th, which is also my little boy's birthday, by the way.
Okay.
1938, and he passed away November 30th of 2007. In case you kids out there do not know who Evel Knievel was, he was a stunt man. He was a daredevil. He held the world record for the longest jump that he did in 1975, where he jumped 14 Greyhound buses going 95 miles an hour. He cleared 133 feet. That record stood for a long, long time, and he continued to try to do stunts all the way up until, well, he was pretty much unable to walk. He'd pretty much broken every bone in his body.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was the original daredevil.
Yeah.
I mean, iconic, wore the American flag. I mean, the stars and stripes, as you can see in some of our on the book and some of maybe the toys that we see here.
And jumped to Harley Davidson.
Before, they have, I mean, it was, it was rough.
Yes,
rough.
Lord.
It was rough. But when I was a kid, I'll go ahead and tell you, man, I loved Evel Knievel. I thought he was, I mean, what kid didn't like Evel Knievel?
We was out there jumping our bikes.
I made choppers, and I made, we used to put, I mean, who didn't put
a playing card in your...
No. Aluminum can, a Coke can behind your tire.
Yeah, we do that, or with the card.
We put the card, it would just go.
Yeah,
but the putting the aluminum can around your tire, your back tire, and it got stuck right there where your frame is, and it would just. I mean, it was just so much fun, and I remember doing that so much as a kid. I remember, I grew up in a blue collar family, which my dad was paralyzed at an early age, but I used to cut forks off of 10-speed bikes and weld them onto my 20-inch bikes, and we would make choppers. And my worst wreck, I know he broke all his bones and stuff, but my worst wreck was I had that chopper, and I jumped a launch ramp, because I used to be a skateboarder too, and I jumped this launch ramp on this chopper, and when I landed, the forks broke. My welding job just wasn't superb back then.
Little dirt dauber.
and I just ate the pavement. I'm not gonna lie. Probably what's wrong with me.
Lord.
We're blaming that. But no, our graded goodie today is Evel Knievel. Actually, it's no number.
Yeah, it's just a one shot.
It's a one shot. This cover was done by John Romita and Joe Sonat back in 1974. Iconic cover based on the iconic character, and I'm really excited about just talking about this because of some of the future things that's happening. I know we just lost Robbie Knievel, Evel Knievel's son, a few weeks back, and it just brought more things to me as emotion. I wasn't as big on Robbie Knievel as I was on Evel Knievel. Robbie was a little bit probably your age instead of my age, and but Evel Knievel was like the godfather of the stuntman, and what he did was just absolutely incredible. But just to talk a little bit about this book here, this is an 8.5. This is my best grade that I've had. These things are getting a little harder and harder to find on the CGC, and I'll say this. If you go to flea markets and you go to, garage sales and things like that, like I still like to do, and I know we still do all this to hunt for comics and stuff, you can still find these raw. The thing is people see it now, it's become, because Evel Knievel has become more and more of an iconic figure. You're going to see that book somewhere around $5 to $20 raw, and they're probably in not real good shape. This was on the CGC census, there's 124 of these graded. Only 7 copies grade 9.8. One of those copies is a double cover, a rare double cover. There's only one known, a 9.8, and a few years back, I had the opportunity to buy it, and I didn't. And I shoot myself every time just thinking about it, because that book finally sold for like $2,500. the person who bought it turned around and listed it for like $8,000. I mean, it's a rare book. I mean, a double cover 9.8 on a white cover. That's the hard part about it. You can't get great covers. I have probably 3 or 4 of these books raw, because I buy them every time I find one. I don't care what shape it's in. It's just one of those books.
Well, in 1974, there wasn't a lot of people, thinking that comic books like that were going to be super collectible. So kids read those, and those went outside and played in the dirt, and
these were free.
Up, and yeah,
it was a free comic.
That's crazy.
It was a free comic by Ideal Toy Company. Ideal Toy Company was a very successful. They had a very successful line.
I'm just going to move this, and I'm going to sit it upside down right
Evel
here so
Knievel.
this camera can see this.
Yeah, can you see that?
Oh yeah.
So you have this set right here, which I have. It's brand new, still in the box. I've never had it open, where he is, jumping and everything. It's got ramps and stuff like that.
You can see it right here on the comic.
Yeah, you can see it right here on the comic, but it's this piece right here, which is really, really cool. This right here is the scramble van. This is where he jumps. I think someone or something jumps up over it or whatever. Ideal Toy Company, like I said, had a very successful line. These right here that you're looking at, I mean, all these, the original ones, I love he no matter how, if you remember rolling, revving it up, you'd wind it up and then it'd take off.
Yeah.
And they have all kinds of videos today. There's a guy who really is a big Evel Knievel fan, and he actually jumps these still. But what's great about these things here, they never wreck. It's like the way they're set up, they'll spin, they'll fall on the front wheel. He might land on his head on the jump, but he'll turn right over and keep on taking off until he just runs out of power. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit more about, Ideal Toy Company, because they're the ones that actually put this book out. And like I said, it was free. It was a free book back then. It came with around the toy section. And when they had these toys lined out, you could pick up one of these free books.
It even says free.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, think about this. Think about the toy company back then hiring John Romita and Joe Sinat to do this cover. It is an iconic cover, especially for people like me, my age. It is a phenomenal, Bronze Age book. I love it. It's cool it can be.
Harley Davidson still uses that one.
Still uses that one. That is the iconic trademark of Harley Davidson. But Ideal Toy Company was an American toy company. It was founded by Morris Mitchum and his wife Rose during the post-war World War II baby boom. I mean, so they were around for a long time and ended up, they even made what a lot of people know today, the Rubik's Cube. They actually invented the Rubik's Cube. And in 1997, the company merged with Mattel. So they're no longer.
And now the rest of the story.
But he did die at age 69 in 2007. And, he was the godfather of Daredevils.
Yep.
I mean, Travis Pastrana.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of his idols and role models who got him into motorcycle riding and everything else. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to talk about this book because another Daredevil that we know today that a lot of you young people know is Ken Block, who just recently passed too. So I thought this was a great book to talk about. With Robbie Knievel passing away a few weeks ago, with Ken Block passing away, but there's some more stuff about it. Here's what's good about this book, okay? And I'm telling every one of y'all, if you don't have a copy of this book and you're a Evel Knievel fan, you really need to find one. You can find them online. There might not be graded, there might not be that high, but I think it's a book that's going to be moving, that's going to be going up. There's a new comic book series that's being launched later this year. And so I think that's going to be cool. He's considered himself as the last gladiator, not only perform death-defying stunts, but it'll also be battling snake monsters and terrorists. And
Oh wow! So he's actually going to be okay.
It's actually a new series that's coming out. Okay. On top of that, there's a new movie coming out, and Channing Tatum is going to be playing Evel Knievel.
Oh wow!
And so I know it's in the works. He's going to be the star and the co-producer of it, and it's going to be about the greatest Daredevil of all time.
Yeah, Cave Maniacs. Look, before we end this up, I want to encourage all of you guys, because I know some of you younger guys probably had no idea who he is, but I encourage y'all to go check out The Jump, where he jumps the Greyhound buses. I encourage you to go check out The Jump, and then where he wrecks when he's trying to jump over the sharks, when he's doing the publicity stunt jump for the Jaws movie. He broke his back. He was had to do physical therapy. It was a bad wreck. Well, look, we've hit you with these graded goodies. We told you about what makes them fun and why we thought this was going to be a good book to bring out and let you guys see. And we are about to get into the next artist spotlight. But before we do that, we're going to thank our sponsor, because in the end, those are the people that make all the giveaways and all these artist spotlights possible. Thank you, RPGhiring.com. None of this would be possible without you guys. And now we are moving right into this episode segment of Meet the Artist.
Hey everyone, welcome to Meet the Artist Spotlight. Today we are here with Lloyd Mills, the awesome, super talented Lloyd. How are you doing today, Lloyd?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me again. And yeah, just nice to speak to you.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you're on. It's always a pleasure. I enjoy talking with you, actually. Your cards are super awesome. Yeah, how is it where you are? Because you're a good time difference away from us.
It's wet and it's raining at the moment, so yeah, just normal British weather, really.
I was going to say, isn't that normal? Well, let's talk about these cards a little bit. I don't know if I asked you this last time we did an interview. I don't even know if I did your last interview or not. But who would win in a street fight, a taco or a grilled cheese?
Oh, I think it's gonna have to be grilled cheese. It's got some sturdiness to it, and it's full of cheese, so you can't be against that, really.
Yeah. Have you ever had a real taco?
Not a proper taco. I probably had like a Tex-Mex taco, which is probably not authentic.
No, but still good, right? Tex-Mex is still good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
I can't blame. I mean, yeah, as long as you're not like, yeah, I had a taco from Taco Bell.
Yeah, I've never been. We have got one over in Leeds, but I haven't been yet. So
yeah,
I plan to go.
It may be a treat for you, but it's a not very fun time at the bathroom for us.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Okay. I've heard about that.
I'll leave it there. All right, man. Well, let's go right into the cards here. What was the main inspiration behind your set here for us for series?
I tried to sort of like go a little bit more personal with this set. I think I sort of like harked back a little bit to my childhood. So as you can see, I've got a few video game characters in there. I've always been a gamer. Like my first sort of setup was a Commodore 64. That's what started me off with gaming. Up till now, PS5. So I wanted to get a few video game characters in. So I've got definitely classics like Snake from Metal Gear Solid, Mario, and then obviously I've got Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, which is such a brilliant game. So that's the video sort of character side from that, the video games. And then I wanted to put in some comic books like Atomic Robo, and then Hellboy, who I absolutely adore. Then the others are just like my favourite TV shows, really. So yeah, it's a little bit more personal stuff that I enjoy, that I like, what I thought get out there to people.
You know, it's funny. I'm glad you put in a little bit of some British TV here. With Doctor Who, and then oh man, I cannot remember what it's called, but very British.
Travis McGraw from Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, Wallace and Gromit. I always want to say Wallace and Gromit, but I know that there's like 4 shows that this guy makes. Very British show. We've actually been watching it lately. I've got a 5-month-old now, and
right.
And Allison will put it on the TV. I don't know where she finds it, at Netflix or something. She'll put it on the TV, and he kind of sits there in his little bouncer and watches it or whatever. But I
Oh,
knew
yeah,
it was from when I mean, I'd seen it when I was a kid, but watching it again, and I'm like, yep, 100%. That is like English countryside
Yeah.
show. There's no doubt about it. Very
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, it's like I think when you go to the institution for the like British kids, you just got to watch it. So yeah, definitely a firm favourite of mine is Waltzing Gromit, and anything
Well,
that
sure.
Adman do basically.
Yeah. I'm glad you put that in there. It's kind of funny. And then you got a couple of extra ones here. Like you've got some Lord of the Rings. I don't know this guy's name. If he does,
Yeah.
does he have it? What is his? Is he just an orc or
Yeah, I think it's just an orc. I just like the imagery that came with it. You've seen that picture going around quite a bit, so I thought it's quite a cool that orc to draw basically. So yeah,
Sure.
I threw that in there.
Then you got a classic Wolverine here, and then you got an Andor. But
Yeah, and
that was way too quick of an interview. We're not done here. So let's talk about him a little bit here. So, out of all the
Yeah.
cards here, what inspired you for Arthur Morgan here from Red Dead Redemption 2? What was were you playing it at the time?
yeah, I've actually gone through my third run with it because it's such an awesome game. I absolutely love it. And he's such a good character, and I've always wanted to draw a bit of sort of like fan artwork from the Red Dead game, so perfect opportunity to do one for Gabe's Cave. So yeah.
Well, speaking of which, I actually was in the middle of playing my playthrough as well when the cards came in, and I've stretched this out for a while, and I've been playing it a little at a time, a couple days out of the month, and I saw the card come in, and I was like, I have to have one, so I commissioned my own. So you guys are gonna win one out there, whoever's watching this, but you're not gonna win mine. And that just shows you right there that we don't take these cards; they go to people in their. Because I had to, I paid him for this one. I had him do that one on my own there. So.
Yeah, much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it just shows everybody out there that we appreciate the artist a lot, and that one just spoke to me so much. I had to have that one
It
done.
was a fun one. I love doing that. And like I say, when you came with the commission, I was like, yeah, I'll definitely jump at the chance to do another one. I love that pose anyway.
Yeah,
so.
maybe we can do John or Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Charles.
That'd be brilliant.
My second favorite character there is Charles off of there.
Right, yeah.
We can talk after the interview. How about that? So.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. What I'm assuming Andor came about because the Andor show was on. I haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers if you have.
Sorry, I was watching that at the time, and I was just like, yeah, I have to draw like Andor as the character. So.
How was that?
Yep, really good. Love the show. I think it's like a bit more of an adult sort of Star Wars. What I think is what we're sort of crying out for a little bit in the Star Wars sort of universe. So yeah, I thought it was brilliant, and I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, I kind of wanted that out of Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, to be honest with you, but that didn't happen. So that was like Power Rangers and babysitting a toddler. I assume Snake is a childhood game of yours. Metal Gear, and
yeah, Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I mean,
Metal Gear, super awesome.
It's just brilliant. It's that game.
Mario, Wolverine. Tell us about Wolverine there.
Well, I like doing Wolverine. I like doing Logan, especially the films. I usually go for more filmic sort of things, but I wanted to do like a comic version of Wolverine. So obviously I saw this image that was the front cover of the comic, and I thought I have to draw it because it's basically iconic with his claws out and everything and the colours. So yeah, definitely need to do that.
Yeah, sure. And Hellboy. I mean, that's a super big crowd favorite here amongst Gabe's Cave. We have actually the interview I did before you. They had one as well. I think there's at least 3 to 5 every season, and it's not that it's a bad thing. People love it, and I always like seeing everybody's different art styles on it and renderings of it. So it's always one of those ones that and Darth Maul and a few others are all ones that you can always count on seeing some cool different art styles throughout the season. So
yeah.
Lots of
no, I mean, I'm a massive fan of Matt Nolan, Hellboy, and stuff like that. So I had to get him in as well. Like I say, the cards are sort of more tailored for me being personal. A lot of things. I'm glad that people appreciate it. Like you said, the Wallace and Gromit, and it's nice to see that stuff like that sort of getting out over there, and people appreciate it really. So.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I thought honestly as a kid, I thought everybody had seen some Wallace and Gromit, but I watched it in theaters, so I thought it was. I mean, I knew it was English back then, but
Yeah.
I thought it was just thought everybody had seen it, But who's your favorite doctor?
David Tennant, Doctor, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you drew it, but yeah, David Tennant's got to be my favorite as well. And then I want to say maybe the guy before him I liked, and then who was after?
Christopher Eccleston before, and then Matt Smith after. He was
Matt Smith. Yeah, Matt Smith was okay. David Tennant was definitely my favorite, and I'm glad to see David Tennant in playing more roles now. And other stuff in actual movies and stuff like that lately, instead of just being known as the Doctor. It's good seeing.
Yeah, definitely.
And other things like that, but yeah, I don't think I asked you this. What mediums did you use for these cards here, or did I ask you that?
Well, I usually just sort of sketch the basic lines out, and then I come in with the markers. So I just put like a base lay down. And then when that's done, I sort of go in with the pencil crayon. And so I'm more sort of like pencil crayon sort of centered really than markers. Because I know there's some really good artists out there who just build up loads of layers with the markers. But I think I'm more used to the pencils really. And then a bit of a white gel pen just to finish it off to give highlights really.
Yeah. Good stuff. What kind of markers? Alcohol markers, right?
Yeah. Usually starts off with like different brands and stuff like that, like Copic markers, and then you just start getting the cheaper ones when you realise you can't afford the really good one. One of the other, I don't know when
I don't know when any of this will air, but because obviously we do these, several at a time here, so we can keep up with timing for our episodes. But one of the other interviews I did today, we were talking about that as well. You don't need Copics. For those out there that are trying to get into art, you don't have to have Copics. Don't listen to everybody where they're Copic markers.
Yeah.
You can go to the dollar store and get some cheap alcohol markers and work with it until you're good. And then at some point, maybe you want to commit to that expensive Copic marker, but you don't have to have them. There's another pro right here, ladies and gentlemen, that said that you don't have to have them. You can get some cheaper ones and do just as good. What's the best way to reach you if someone wants a commission from you?
If anyone wants to commission me, I've got Lionel's Artist on Facebook, and I've got my Instagram, which is Lionel's Art as well. So yeah, just get on there, message me, and then I've got like some Etsy slots as well for commissions. So it's all on my social media. So if you just go on there, you'll be able to find me.
What do you respond to first normally?
Probably Instagram. I seem to be on that more than Facebook these days.
I don't remember what I messaged you on, but I know I messaged him today on Instagram, and he responded very quickly. So, if that tells you anything, and you said you do have a few slots open for commissions, but even if he didn't, people remember that you can always message an artist, and whether they've got a slot open or not, you can at least talk to them about it, because this is what they do for a living most of the time, and it's always helpful to help these people out. So,
just drop me a message anytime you want.
Absolutely, and we'll have all of his links down below. You'll be able to click them. You won't have to search them up or anything. We'll have all that down below. And if you want to win one of these super duper awesome cards by Lloyd, that I obviously cannot win here because that would be cheating. All you got to do is click the first link in the description below, that Gabe's Cave giveaways link. Make sure you're subscribed, and that's it. Just fill out the link. We'll get it mailed out to you if you win, and hopefully whoever you are watching right now, hopefully you win. So, Lloyd, it's been really fun talking with you today. I always enjoy chatting with you and commissioning cards, like all 10 of them or whatever we've done so far. And other than that, man, I'm glad you've been on with our sets, and hopefully you are in the future as well.
No problem. Thank you very much. Like I said, it's always a pleasure. And I'll hopefully see you on the next set.
Absolutely, man. We look forward to it, and I know our viewers do as well.
Brilliant. It's been great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Meet the Artist. As always, we always enjoy talking to these guys and meeting these folks and bringing you these cards. And good luck to everybody. In case y'all don't forget, in case y'all missed it at the front of the episode, check out gabescave.com for the new shirts. And we got the hats. Until next time, KB Maniacs, I'm Uncle Nasty.
And I'm Marty.
Peace.